second Winnerbracket semifinal. For the second time this week, we have the greatest Undead versus Night Elf matchup imaginable. The best Night Elf versus Undead player against the best Undead versus Night Elf player. It's Moon versus 120. This needs no further instructions, no further hype. Let me tell you one thing though. 120 is the first player in years who surpassed Happy in the Warcraft 3.info ELO ranking. According to this algorithm that they use, the best player in the world at the moment. But against Moon, he has an abysmal 0 to 10 streak. That's, I think, the biggest streak in competitive Warcraft these days. He got real close in the next tournament on Friday. It was just a surprise Huntress tower push that threw him off. Will he finally be able to break him here in the Yule Cup Group A, Group of Death? Will he face TH in the winners finals? We'll see.
Kind of insane how many times these two have actually played against each other. Like, just in this year, there have been, like, what, 9 encounters or something? Which is really high for pro players. Oftentimes they don't encounter for a while, but these two keep on headbutting up against each other. And 120, he wants to get his revenge here. So what do we have in the early game? Keeper, expansion play most likely by Moon. It's a Keeper first to start with the instant level 2 creep at the Ogre Magi. And my, oh my, look at 120's base.
Okay.
He's going for the Happy build.
This is, yeah, Tet Fiend / Happy build. This is something he was not playing Friday. He had different builds on Friday as well, but this was not one of them.
So the way the Happy build works is you go for the Graveyard early, so, you know, Altar, Ziggurat, Crypt, Graveyard, all that stuff. But then go heavier into Ghouls. You don't stop at 3 Ghouls, you go into more Ghouls and then add in the Fiends after. And 120 stopped Ghoul production here for a little bit. That's a slight mistake, I guess. But yeah, he's doing the same thing. This is the Happy build. And I'm really surprised to see that. Like, this means that you're going to be very much less so able to go for early aggression. The perfect counterplay to this is 1 Archer expansion, which is the weakness of this build, of the Happy build. You can't really stop a 1 Archer expo. But Moon, he's not even scouting, right? There's no Wisp. There is a Wisp at the expansion, but he's not scouting the main. Moon is reading this play by 120 to be the normal Ghoul opening. He's not even considering the Happy build, so he's not going for that 1 Archer expo.
Okay, it's interesting because 120 was trying to go for a couple of expansions recently, early on, and Moon had the Wisps ready. He had 1 Wisp ready here, but Friday we saw 120 with a double skull to counter that Wisp detonate.
I've been telling you about that for like half a year now. Double skull, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it took 120 some time to pick up on that. Yeah. Didn't work there as well though. Scout by the Undead. Easy early game for Moon, of course, not threatened at all. Talisman of Evasion and Mantle and Greater Healing. This will be level 3. And a little old schoolish Undead going into the Night Elf main, but instant healing by Moon. You need 1 hit and 1 coil, and then you get the kill. But Moon plays it nicely so far. Is on the way to tier 2 as well.
Yeah, only a single Wisp kill here so far. That's basically nothing. Keeper crept up his level 3 already, and that's also a thing with this Happy build when you don't go Ghouls. It can be very hard to pressure the Keeper. Happy plays way more aggressively. He doesn't creep DK level 2 with only skeletons. He harasses early on, tries to see some last hits, tries to slow down the Keeper. But 120 here.
Moon with the saves on the Wisp, transforming them into buildings, and they become magic immune. The coil doesn't hit. This time he didn't go for it, but the Entangle hits the DK. And that's a very powerful one. He's surrounded by invisible archers because he has no dust and he can't get out. Moon, ladies and gentlemen, this is the greatest of all time.
Yeah, that was definitely a nice surround right there. But even if this surround doesn't happen, it just costs a few more entangles and the DK has to fall back. Like, this opening by 120 is just pretty ineffective. What he is managing to get is faster Fiends and a fast tech. So he has 1 Fiend now, did go up to 5 Ghouls. That's the normal amount that Happy also goes for. But the TP is gone now. The Lich will be coming. but the Keeper early level 3 is a really big deal. Moon, if he wanted to, could be playing aggressively right now. It's very obvious to predict that 1-2-0 is either at the Ogre Magi or at the expansion. He sees he's not at the expansion, thanks to the Wisp over there, so Moon must know 1-2-0 is at the Ogre Magi, could go for an Alchemist right now, could look for Entangled Kill.
And I guess that's exactly what's happening. 4 archers, decent damage. The Hunter Soul is a little late by Moon. He was, I guess, busy microing the archers and shadow melting them. Lots of skeletons used. This is so interesting how different this game is from what 1-2-0 played in the next qualifier. Oh, Entangle again. Breaks through with a big invul. Like, immediately used the big consumable. And a triple skeleton detonate as well.
If he doesn't get big invul or big healing there, he's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know if you saw the game from Friday here on Northern Isles. 1-2-0 crept his opponent's expansion camp with the DK and skeletons. That was so sick. That prevented level 3. That got him a big item, a fast level 3 DK. None of that is happening here. Level 3 Keeper, level 1.5 Alchemist, steals the ward here. 5 archers. This looks so good. Nice little steal with the Lich, who has good damage, but Moon is miles ahead.
DK is close to a level up, though. If he gets level 3 here, then with Curl Nova, archers can die very fast. But Moon falls back. He's got the... Oh, I was about to say he's got the winds ready, but he's not going winds. He's going Dryads, actually.
What?
With double lores. Mass Dryads coming out soon. Like,
I should have been more surprised by seeing the Hunter's Hall. This is very unusual. Keeper hunts. Keeper Dryad, sorry. Usually you always go mass air with it.
Has the benefit that Dryads can't get webbed, can't get killed too easily. And of course, Moon, the best Dryad player in the world. Nobody can handle them better. But they are kind of similar, both fairies or hippo riders and dryads. They're not really very good against fiends. Actually, dryads are better against fiends. But when you go super mass air, you get to 70 supply, you do get good focus fire. And with a play like that, if you find yourself in a comfortable position as Moon, you can transition to tier 3 and then can benefit a lot from that tier 3 upgrade, which you can't do that much with hippo riders.
1-2-0 was the first at the shop, gets the invul. So important against Entangle to be able to break out, and the focus fire with Poison Ivy in general. Power Spike for the Undead coming. Frenzy ready. Destroyer upgrade 70%. Lich is not level 3, but has good inventory with damage, attack speed, and orb. Plus, one of the best items that he got at the Merchant, Alaria's Flute of Accuracy.
But this is basically all in by 1-2-0. If this doesn't work, this is probably it.
He played a lot of Tinker on Friday, so I wonder if he's doing the same.
Last hit steal again there with the Nova. First archer does survive. This is a nice creep jack by 1-2-0. Already thinning out the archer numbers here is a big help, and not losing any ghouls in return. That's 2 archers dead. 1 dryad does barely get away. Quick reactions by Moon. And 1-2-0. This little creep jack already helped for the big push that's to come.
Okay, we don't have a Tinker. Creep check now. And forces the town portal. Nicely done. Another kill right there with the coil. He gets another one. But he gets the Nerubians now. Is it Tinker now? Okay, it is. I didn't like it too much because if this push doesn't work, he soaks up way too much experience and he's walking into Dryads. Slows him down. The Fiend as well. How can he get out? How is he supposed to get out? The Fiend is definitely dead.
Distract, I guess, from the rest of the army. That one can converge now on the expansion. Moon under pressure at the expo. Tinker does make it away. First pocket factory is taken out, but the Tinker has another one ready. Moon is trying to buy time. He's got a lot of production, up now to 62 supply against 1-2-0's only 47. 1-2-0 has 3 heroes on the DK and the Lich. That's a lot of damage that will be coming out against the Dryads, especially with the backup of these Fiends. Aiming for the Entangled first, but doesn't quite get the kill. First Dryad, dead right away. Moon pulls it back, but not quite quick enough. But it's a lot of poison damage here on the Crypt Fiends with the Acid Bomb, and the Dryad poison also coming in. And Moon forgot about the dust.
He has a crystal ball. He has a crystal ball, so maybe that helps in the long run. Another archer dies in the back. He's forgetting about the crystal ball, apparently. Dryads are kind of low. We have seen 1-0 fighting uphill. 10 supply less, 15 supply less, even 20 supply less. And he was able to win the fights. Dispelling the heal ward, very important. Dryad's still low. Pocket Factory produces more clockworks, but now it's gone and there's no new one.
Perfect positioning here by 1-0. Heroes in the front, they are kind of tanky against Dryads. Ghouls way in the back, pressuring the buildings, and the Fiends ready to attack the Dryads as well. Perfect statue uptime at all times. 1-0. Can he make this work? This is all in. There's no counter expansion behind this. But Moon, he can't get in to find the kills.
There's so many Dryads now, all 0-0. Why does the DK still have so much mana? Was there a potion? I'm not 100% sure. There's definitely a Nova, but level up for the Alchemist makes him a little more tanky. Ghouls are attacking the Dryads now, but nice concave for the Korean. He can attack from all angles. Oh my god, the micro, the spreads, everything is so great. Level up for the Keeper of the Grove. Alchemist, the kill might be a chance. Nova a little too late. Potion is already used. He has nothing to save himself now. Is there a staff? Oh, entangle on the Lich to make him turn around. But Dryads are falling very, very fast now. But what to coil? Fiends low. Alchemist out of nowhere. Good eye. 1-2-0. Tinker level 2 makes him a little more tanky. Dispels the entangle. Keeper of the Grove all of a sudden is super hurt as well. 1-0. How long can you stay in that fight? That was the last coil.
1-0 was supply stuck for quite a while. Couldn't produce when he was sitting at 50, so he still got a lot of resources. Almost 700 gold for 1-0. He is not quite fully producing right now. He's next to the marketplace. Is he perhaps thinking about an item? No, he's not. He's falling back. 4, 3, 2 hero levels. Dryads can be good on 2 bases when you mass them, but Dryads are very weak in the late game. Undead, high-level heroes with a bunch of Fiends can kind of fight them by themselves oftentimes.
1-0 plan B now. Creeps up the expansions. Then Acolyte coming. Not yet. No Abomination transition either. Oh, Pendant of Energy. Nice item for the DK. But Moon still on 2 bases. Upgrades are in the works. 0-1 and 1-0. Defense for the Undead. I love that against Acid Bomb. Attack upgrade for the Dryads. They definitely lack damage, so I like the decisions by both players here.
Now getting from 0 to 2 armor though on Dryads, like the value is insane.
No, it's
same for the Fiends, of course.
It's attack for Dryads.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Got you.
I always prefer armor on Dryads, but okay. He's probably going to be getting both. Moon is getting high up in supply. 67 now for him. And trying to keep pressure on 1-0. Oh, web on the Destroyer thanks to the Nerubian. That could be an easy kill here perhaps for the Dryads. Focusing on the Tinker first. I really don't think that's the right call. Like, the Tinker is the least important part of this army. If it's not fighting against an expansion.
He's not coilable, of course, but he has a potion. I totally agree with you. His right clicks don't do much. Yes, he's a tank, but you can ignore him. Pretty much. But Moon, forcing a fight in the north means there's no fight in the south. Means he's mining more. No Acolyte to the gold mine. And now Red Spot. Moon smells this.
It's only a 10 supply lead, though. It's not that much. Yeah. More statues coming in for 1-0. They might not be doing too much, though. Nice creep jack by Moon. 1-0 now between the creeps and the Dryads, but it's 2 volleys and a Dryad dies. But once again, good pulls by Moon, saving as many Dryads as he can. Big acid bomb coming in against the Fiend, and the first one dies there without a coil coming in. DK holding on to the mana still. There comes one into the back. Nova on the Keeper, perhaps pressuring him. Of course, the Dryads can't be Nova. Oh, the Fiends are trying to die pretty quickly, though. Boros coming in. Does Moon have the reveal? He does. Now he remembers the Crystal Ball. Keeper also in trouble. Has to go for a heal pot. Has an invul after. He's making sure he's not getting forced out of this too quickly. Both players losing quite a few units. 2 destroyers in the air, getting focused. Everything is taking damage on all sides. Air Bomb is coming into the mix as well, but no Disease Cloud just yet. It's a slaughter here. It's a frenzy on Northern Isles. Yes. But this experience trade does favor the Undead.
Absolutely.
The Undead heroes scale greatly. The Night Elf heroes, not so much.
He lost every single Fiend, though. Maybe another Destroyer. We have Coil Nova ready. Gotta be careful. Staff's on cooldown. Invo Potion on the Alchemist is forced into it soon. Double Talisman, by the way. Here comes Coil Nova. Didn't dodge it. Took the full damage. But for now, he's safe. 1 Fiend remaining. Okay, I saw that wrong. Fiend has a wrong rally point. That hurts. Oh, burrow immediately. Crystal balls should... No, it's revealed. But that's time for the rat spot.
Big item here. Cutgas pipe changes everything.
Legion Doomhorn changes nothing.
All right. 250 gold, I guess.
Kill the Furberg! Kill the Shaman! And he picks up the tome. Oh, Twitch chat. This is your day today.
Finally, more upgrades coming for the Dryads. I think he neglected upgrades a little bit too much. Yeah. Finally, it's 1-1 for the Dryads, but this could be 2-2 already. Now we go into the second upgrade, so second attack upgrade for Moon, so he is getting more upgrades here finally. But 1-0's hero levels, man, they're getting scary. And DK is close to 5. With 5, 4, 3 heroes, like, it's always a danger to run in, especially with this Alchemist. Well, he's kind of tanky, but he's a melee hero. He needs to get in close oftentimes. The Keeper needs to be super careful with his position.
The Pocket Factory, not the best position. Okay, now the Clockworks get out. Is that on purpose? I mean, it's mass range, so it doesn't change too much. Did he buy something at the marketplace? Maybe the clock?
Did he buy one of Illusion, or did he have that before?
He had that before from...
okay, because that would be pretty weird against mass riots.
Yeah. 80 supply Moon, 22 supply less for the undead. But heroes, you said it.
He's got Disease Cloud.
Yeah. Oh, that's big. That's so big.
Big hero levels.
In 2 matches on Friday, he didn't have that, and I was going a little mental for the lack of that ability. But on Twisted, he had it, and it was so impactful. But the A-bomb is far in the back. Mispositioning by 1-0. Creeps are in this fight as well. Dryads are falling. Every Dryad kill brings them closer to the level 5 DK, and then nukes are so much stronger. Ogre dies. Once again closer. One more kill is level 5. Can Moon steal this Magnetor?
The Dryad is the level up. There we go. Level 5 DK. Item, Hood of Cunning. Alright for the Lich.
Yeah.
Nothing spectacular though.
But the Lich damage is going to be plus 25.
Yeah. And the Lich is under no threat of dying.
Yeah.
He's just a kind of a glass cannon, but he can afford to be. Oh, Keeper in trouble.
That's the
And that's the high level undead heroes. And DK is basically full mana. How is Moon supposed to heal against all this damage? Guess what? The Keeper just dies.
Wow. And now he can punch this expansion down. Pocket Factory 2, Clockworks running in, Abomination 2, Tinker against buildings is pretty damn good. And that is the Tree of Life, not alive no more.
Yeah.
Oh, a level 5 for the Lich. If you thought Coil Nova was strong before, wait a second.
And the weakness of the Dryads becoming very obvious in this game. They're just so bad in the late game against strong heroes. They can do very little only. Disease Cloud comes in, Morphine damage comes in. 1-0 with a very well-rounded army. This is kind of a perfect army. Tinker helped against the buildings. Put on pressure against the expansion. Oh, Dryad. Big run by into the main. Moon wants to distract from his other expansion because he has one in the top left, but 1-0 doesn't want to TP home just yet. He does now. Forcing the instant TP out, of course. Could go for a Coil Nova right here to say hello to the Alchemist. But holds on to the mana.
That was the one thing that could save Moon some time. And now, vintage 5th race. You lose an expansion, you take a TP, doesn't matter. Let's expand as often as we can. Upper left, bottom right. One of them will most likely come through. Or will the Necromancer cover both former red spots? The thing here is, on Friday, again I make references to Friday because it's just 2 days ago. And it was the same matchup. He never got 5-5 with DK Lich if he picked the Tinker. Because the Tinker was soaking up so much experience. This time, not the case. This time, Tinker close to 4, which is a pretty big upgrade for the passive. Coil 3, Nova 3. He has big weapons now.
And if this should go all out, base race, you know, like run by all that stuff. Tinker with the... what's it called?
Pocket Factory?
Telestaff. With the Telestaff just running around with his level 4 could be really strong. And there the hero could be very powerful once again. More Spirit Towers are coming up in the main. Dryads really not the best units for attacking bases. He is going to be able to cancel this Necro here, but 1-0 doesn't exactly need it. I think this building is just there because it has a lot of HP, soaking a lot of damage.
And maybe if we die for Acolyte once again, you can rebuild 2 at the same time. Moon is supply stuck. Moon is losing a production building. These clockworks are really efficient now. TP home again. Can Moon afford these constant TP trades? Jumps on everything. Nuke somewhere? Nope. 1 expansion taken out. He didn't mine a single dime and is kind of reliant on this one. Main gold mines at 1,200. We are at level 5 keeper now, but that doesn't do too much. Alchemist not close to 5.
Yeah, speaking of the gold mines and them mining out, this is the one advantage, of course, the Night Elf is going to have. We'll be able to move over the Tree of Ages soon. 1-0 can't do that, but 1-0 does find the Tree of Life in the bottom right, and whatever he finds, he can easily kill.
Yeah. There is Nature's Blessing now. We haven't had that when he killed the first expansion of Moon, who now went to the shop for another TP. Can't afford invulns anymore.
Not interested in taking a fight anyways, though, I imagine. But with 2 Spirit Towers being up in the main, it's not really easy to force these... Yeah, to force 1-0 back, I guess. There's a new Tree of Life coming up at the Expo. But Moon isn't just losing TP for TP, he's losing expansions as well, so... Yeah. I think he's losing more resources here.
Yeah, it's pretty much always a like 750 gold versus 350 gold trade. Now Treant's help, again a TP, shuts down the expansion at the natural, and most likely a Dryad or so. Oh no, Temple wasn't in time. And we have seen these fights with lower undead heroes with 20 supply advantage for Moon. Now we're equal in supply, we do have 5-5, and yeah, Moon is in deep trouble.
And Moon is, by the way, TPing out super fast. He sees the TP coming and then TPs out immediately. 1-0 could try to make use of that by going for a Telestaff just for the fake TPs.
Absolutely.
And is he going to do that now? Yes, he is.
Tinker and the Telestaff. Ooh, I love this. 1-0 seems to be in control. And then the level 2 passive coming in as well for more damage and faster goblins. Acid Bomb is big. Tinker level 4. He's focusing only the Lich. But there are plenty of coils. No mana burn, of course.
It is a cool flank here by Moon coming in from all sides with the Dryad, and he's kiting them very well, as Moon just is able to do so well over and over. Alchemist is in a bit of trouble now, getting focused. Coil Nova is going to be ready. Defensive coil though. The staff was ready. Moon ready to answer that focus fire attempt. Going for his own focus fire on the Tinker. The Dispel against the Entangle was a little bit late, but again, it's only a Tinker. Yes, he's level 4, and it's going to be a lot of experience, but even if he dies, it doesn't matter. GG out by Moon. The Dryads don't do it for him in the late game.
Wow, man. This early for 1-0 was not good. That was not good. He was up against a fast expansion. There was pretty much nothing he accomplished really in the early. But then the longer the game went, the high level hero kills, the high level heroes, then the hero kills, and slowly but steady, step by step, he got back into this game. And at the end, with this build, with these heroes, you can't go late game.
And it worked out with the Tinker. Like, he wasn't super flashy, he wasn't ultra amazing, but he didn't keep the DK and Lich away from level 5. And, I mean, if you want to go for strong heroes against Dryads, there's, like, just the right-click damage dealers, like Blade Master, Lich. Other than that, Tinker is one of the better choices. And he's good against buildings, so actually had a good position in that game. I think where 1-0 won it, though, was actually with the first push against the expansion, how much he was able to do just with 3 Fiends, 4 Ghouls, and his heroes against the 65 supply of Moon, how long he was able to stay in there, and how many Dryads he was able to kill. And that's the key difference, I guess, when you go Dryads versus Fairies. Dryads give a lot of experience. Fairies don't. Yeah. Fairies really don't.
Yeah, that's true. That's a big difference. I called them walking XP tomes many, many times. And once again, it showed. Not sure if this Keeper Alchemist Dryad combo is really the thing to go for. But Moon's map choice now. Again, we have to point this out. A 10-0 win streak is on the line for Moon. Last win in a best of 3 for 1-0 was in the Doyu Yule Cup race war if you count only solo competition, than it was Masters Coliseum 2 weeks before. That is September 2018. More than 1 year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be seeing the Keeper Dryads again. It's going to be either Keeper Expo with Air or perhaps Demon Hunter Naga one-base play.
Yeah, it depends on the map, of course. We are not sure what it is yet. We have 2 new subs. Three new subs, actually. Lion King 102 with 45 months. Nice lineup today. Thanks for your great work. Thank you for staying with us for so long. Same goes for Gosu Gohan, 42 months in a row. And our first sub ever, Krizer87, 63 month, ladies and gentlemen. This man has supported us from the very first moment we were partnered with Twitch, and he's still with us. Has his founder's badge in chat. Finally, some time to watch. So awesome that you renew, even though you have barely any time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Zarathustra as well for the 5 month, and the Crestfallen with 100 bits. Some biddies for picking up the tome, he says. Thank you.
So we're not invited to the next game yet. It seems like the admin is offline, actually.
Yeah, maybe it disconnected as well. Let's see if...
it's not just us. That's a little bit...
But it works better if you don't have Lon Live on, for some reason.
Yeah, I exited as well. Haven't had any disconnect since.
Yeah. Yeah, issue with Lon Live. And if you're not playing, but just observing, there shouldn't be any issues, really. So we're waiting for the next game to come up.
Will be map 2. That is a great Keeper map, to be honest. It's also good for the Demon, but it's especially outstanding for the Keeper of the Grove with an expansion. So most likely going to be that again. 1-0, thinking of his previous game, or of his point of view from the previous game. Yes, he won, but that early game was horrible. Nothing was working out. It was just complete travesty, just a complete disaster.
Yeah.
I wonder, was he experimenting with a happy build? Did he practice it a lot? It didn't seem like all the timings came very well together.
No, also the Ghoul was super hurt at the beginning. He forgot to build them, as you said early on. Maybe he just needs some time to get into the series. It's his first game of the day. So maybe we'll see a more elaborated build here. Or he goes back to the normal Ghoul play, or he plays something entirely different. It's so hard to predict what 1-2-0 is doing. He was playing only meta for such a long time, and then there was this... It wasn't really that one moment, right? It was a time after he won Masters Coliseum, then there was a little bit of a slump, and then he said, okay, only playing meta doesn't work anymore, let's expand my strategies. And he went into every single direction. He was the first to play Necros in competitive matches, he picked up the Dreadlord, he picked up the Lich first in other matchups than the Undead Mirror, which is something that only he plays. He's unpredictable.
True. Yeah, he has been becoming very versatile, very hard to predict indeed. But for the most part, when we see it, it's for smaller cups, it's for online qualifiers and such. Yule Cup here is a big tournament. I wonder if he's going to bust out a Necro expansion here, or a Dreadlord expansion here. Would be quite the surprise to me still. He is able to play that really well. He is very versatile, but in the big tournaments, normally he falls back on the standard, falls back on his micro, which of course is still outstanding.
We have both players in the lobby. Amazonia's map number 2. It's match points for 1-2-0. Can Moon turn this series around and expand this streak to 11-0, or will we break the 13-month streak right here? Thank you. Oh, damn, I'm gonna butcher your name so bad. Capoue? Or something? Looks French? My French is pretty bad. I'm sorry, but thankful for the 3-month resub.
So in we go. Map to Amazonia it is. What are we gonna see? Kind of both players, if you think about it, can't really be happy with the previous game. Moon had the lead, had the expansion, but lost. 1-0, yes, he won, but he had a bad, horrible early game. So both have things here that they may want to improve. Bottom left, it is 1-0 in the lead with the 1-0. And I certainly thought he was gonna go ghoul build here at least, because with the ghoul build you can do the lightning shield creep. You can do it without the ghoul build as well, but it's a lot more difficult. But he's not doing it. He's not going for the ghoul build opening. This is looking like the happy build once again. Whereas on the other side, in the top right for Moon, it is going to be the normal altar with the Ancient of War creep. Thing to note, Ancient of War positioning isn't super greedy, isn't super far forward. That can sometimes be punished if undeads want to take a risk and go for a super early ghoul move out. That is not the case, but it would have been safe against that as well.
I wonder
but yeah,
if
1-0. Is this like a chapeau to Happy saying, you know what, you're onto something here. I guess I'm gonna play your style now.
But he said that he has the strategies, Remo.
Well, I mean, who was the one that won WGL again?
It was a Russian. We have a Keeper of the Grove. Since the Happy build against Night Elf is still a pretty new thing, could you elaborate that a little more? What's the difference? What's the upside? What's the downsides?
Yeah, it was quite the revolution, honestly, when Happy introduced it, because for years and years and years, dating back almost 10 years, I would say, everyone always is every single game against Night Elf, has been playing every single game ghoul opening. You need ghouls early to have normal damage to put on damage against the Demon Hunter, who otherwise doesn't take any damage at all for the most part. And also, Night Elf can go for early expansions very easily, with the Tree of Lives being placed proxy. And if you don't have ghouls early on to pressure that, skeletons aren't enough, especially with the presence of wisps. So basically, the short story of it is, without ghouls early on, you can do very little against Night Elf, and that can be heavily exploited by Night Elves. So this is why we saw ghouls for so many years over and over. Happy, though, with the dominance of the Keeper coming in, said, you know what, I don't want to make ghouls because ghouls aren't that good later on, I need fiends instead. And everyone around the world was saying, yes, that's true, fiends are better later, but without ghouls early, there's so little you can do. Don't you fall too far behind. And for the most part, that is the case. For the most part, most players did that. But Happy showed with perfect positioning, harass, execution, everything, that even without that early game presence of the ghouls, he could still compete on the highest level. What we did, of course, see at WGL when he defeated Moon among everyone else at that tournament.
Exceptional description, Remo. Of course, the new skills of the undead help a little. Creeping with skeletons only, last hitting with acolytes, last hitting with skeletons, coiling, of course, if there's no demon hunter, all that stuff. Moon has some Wispy at the mercenary camp, but yeah, level 2 for the Keeper. Nice Cloak of Shadows, that can be very helpful. Creeps pulled. Can he switch the aggro? It's only skeletons here, but it's a little bit of experience for Moon. 1-0, making his way over though, sees 2 archers. Tech is already in progress, the undead a little faster.
Yeah, and Moon, I think making a slight strategic mistake here once again. Once more, he's not scouting the main for 1-0, doesn't know the build. And again, if you know this build, it has a clear weakness in the early game. It can't pressure at all. It cannot, this Happy build. So the punish of that is the 1 Archer Expo. That is not what Moon is going for. He's up to 3 archers now. The tech had already started. Now comes the expansion. It's not a late expansion. It's still pretty quick, but you can greet this spot much, much more if you face an opening like 1-0 is playing here. And I feel like Moon is leaving a little bit more on the table than he should.
Yeah, it's interesting how he goes for the Murlocs early and the super safe position for the expansion. Which is not too uncommon, so it most likely will be scouted. And he has to make his way over, and he has to creep it later. Oh, 1-0 finds it. Wisp is coming, though, for the detonate. Oh, can he snipe it? That would be big! 1 skeleton still alive, but there's no second corpse and no additional Rod of Necromancy, so this expo is safe for now. But he knows what's up. Entangle forces a TP. All right. Oh, is it? Yeah, the block by Moon.
Oh.
He's trying. Wisp is idling, kills it on the way out! The balls! He was in almost an entangle range as well. This guy is so brave, but look at the Keeper. He's coming, he's intercepting.
Oh,
nighttime.
Yeah.
No, walking out of range!
Couple of mistakes here by Moon. This should have easily been a TP force. He may still get it at the end of the day, though. Yeah, he does. Okay. But this could have been made easier, like all the way up next to the expansion. You should have already gotten the TP. Slight Keeper miscontrols there by Moon, not something we normally see, but okay, he makes up for it. Chases the DK, gets the TP in the end. That makes things now a little bit dangerous for 1-0. He is low HP, no TP anymore. Can't really step out on the map right now.
Yeah, until he has statues or maybe a potion. He is on tier 2. Oh, but at the moment he has nothing. Keeper has another entangle. He can definitely interrupt the creeping. Level 3 for him. Okay, not willing to invest that entangle.
And Moon could go for an Alchemist right now. That makes him really scary here in the mid game on the map. So map control now with Moon. How is he going to make use of this? It's very unlikely to catch 1-0 out of position. 1-0 will be realizing his weakness now and probably going to be taking measures against it. So Moon is just going to be creeping up safely at the expansion, which is also a valuable thing to do. So 1-0 won't be getting pressured too much right now, but 1-0 doesn't know this. As we take a look at the map, there's plenty of eyes everywhere with wisps for Moon. But 1-0 only has a single skeleton, so he's a little bit afraid right now.
Greater mana, more scouting, 6 archers. Double engine of wind. Levels are lacking, but we have double mantle on the Lich already. Good damage. Tier 3 is on the way. Orb is coming as well. With a frenzy push, will Moon be ready? Because there's no fiend yet, right? I think he's building the first one now. Oh, second one now. Then web, then frenzy. I think it's gonna be close for 1-0.
A player's forces are under attack.
Will he go Tinker again on this small map?
I think that's only against the Dryads. I think once he realizes it's air, don't think he's gonna do that. Would surprise me quite a bit. 1-0 now with a level 3 DK, level 1 Lich. Has some decent nukes. But there is the big mana potion on the Keeper. This is a lot of entangles. Once again, he's not following him. Like, you can entangle and then move forward and be in range for the next entangle when the DK is running away. Oh, but the Lich surround with all the archers. He almost got it. That's so hard to do.
We saw that before on Northern Isles, but not here. DK is trying to reconnect with that Lich, but he's running into the arms of the Keeper as well. This entangle sticks, still holding on to the potion. Destroyer upgrade not finished, can't dispel. Is he dead? Is he just dead? No, slows him down with the Nova. Good one.
So Moon doesn't get the kills, but Moon puts decent pressure on here, keeps the undead heroes from leveling. That is nice for him, but ideally you also want the Alchemist to level. When the first big fight hits, ideally you want to be level 4 Keeper, level 3 Alchemist. And that doesn't seem to be happening this game. 1-0 is putting his forces together. 40 supply only, though.
Yeah, I don't think that's too important at the moment. Only hippos, 2 fiends out, can nuke them. He's trying to push now. Wait, there's no frenzy, right?
Forces are under attack.
No, it's coming in only now.
So not that much damage from the ghouls here just yet. Moon trying to buy time. When you go mass air, you're not really comfortable at 50. You want to get to 60, 65, 70, somewhat in that region. Gets one ghoul. That makes it so 1-0 can morph a destroyer. It was actually a supply block before.
Does he have web already? Yes, he does. Makes things super easy. Will we kite each other around the map once again? Let's go on this little journey. Coil level 2 hits the fiend, saves it, but damage seems to be good. Frost armor. I love that play against Acid Bomb.
No fiends have died just yet, and we had 2 Hippo Riders dying already. This early fight here is not looking good for Moon at all. The ghouls are putting in additional damage, and the fiends are just not falling. The DK is full mana.
I see a win streak down the drain, Remo. 1-0 has the supply lead. This is not happening in this matchup with these builds.
Just 3 fiends, 4 ghouls. That's enough for him. And the statues, of course. The statue is actually the big carry in the back.
Yeah.
Perfect statue uptime, as always, by 1-0. This is what gives him the ability to stay in these fights more than other players can.
Moon needs to repair. Goes for it now, but fight is engaging into the fight again. First fairy snipe, coil ready, dispel as well. Fiend on the left-hand side could be focused. Alchemist is chasing. How many coils remaining? One. Saves it here. No TP by 1-0. And now the DK has no mana anymore. Is it time to change the outcome of the fight?
Shredder adding in more damage as well, so one Fiend did die, second one makes it out to the side, just barely. DK, by the way, extremely close to level 4. It's going to be a big level up. Finally, we have some Mana Flare coming in. Where was that the entire time? This is the first one in this whole engagement. Moon a little bit lazy with the micro. He loses the Shredder. That one's gone, getting more experience. Level 4 now for the DK. Lich did get level 3. With all the bonus right-click damage he has, thanks to the items he found. That's it. GG. Moon cannot make it at work today, and 1-0 finally breaks that streak.
The 1 year and 1 month streak is over. It's not 11-0, it's 10-1. Finally. How good must this feel after coming so close on Friday? Today was not Moon's day. He played, especially on Amazonia, a lot weaker than in the next tournament. And 1-0, though, punishing that pretty much immediately. Good dedicated pushes. Very collected on the first map. Never overextending. Taking his time, knowing that the late game will carry him. Here, he knew, okay, you have this. Let's push early. And boom, it worked as well. Yeah, kind of sloppy fights by Moon there. 1-0 didn't even need to kite. And that tells a lot about Undead versus Night Elf. 1-0 proving why he is the number 1 player in the ELO ranking of the world.
And is going to be meeting next TH.
Yes.
That's going to be a super hype match for the first place out of Group A. Upper bracket, TH versus 1-0. Lower bracket, Focus versus Moon. Also amazing. These games still today have so much more in store for us. I can't wait.
Absolutely. We don't really know what's first, if it's the winner bracket or the lower bracket. Both games are going to be incredible. 1-0 versus TH. I can't even... When did they play last? I don't really remember. Let me check Warcraft3.info real quick. It's a killer match in June. That was in... oh yeah, of course. WGL group stage, right? Where TH defeated him 2-1. 2-0, sorry. Oh boy, it's been some time. It's a rare match in the Warcraft scene, so you better not go anywhere. You stay with us here the entire day, because it's Super Sunday at Back to Warcraft. 5-minute break, and then Yule Cup 2 continues with either the winner bracket final or the lower bracket semifinal. Check out the links in the stream and VOD description in case you want to follow us on social media. That is very important, especially since more and more leaks of Reforged are coming out, and we are pumping out these updates as soon as we get them. So better click these buttons. And of course, if you missed some games, go to YouTube, subscribe, ring the bell, and follow us in whatever we do here. Competitive matches, Reforged coverage, we got it all! And now a little break. Be right back.